all to rise. May I request all to rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
May I request all to be seated. May I request Ms. Mridula Ramesh, Chairperson, NIT Andhra Pradesh, to declare the convocation open.
I declare the second and third joint convocation of NIT Andhra Pradesh open.
May I request Professor C.S.P. Rao, Director, NIT Andhra Pradesh, to deliver the welcome speech and present the academic report.
Honorable Chief Guest of the Convocation, the Chairman, Defense Research and Development Organization, DRDO, Dr. Satheesh Reddy, respected Chairperson of the Board of Governors of NIT Andhra Pradesh, Srimati Mridula Ramesh, esteemed Guest of Honor, Dr. Dasharath Yadav, members of the Senate, members of the faculty, staff, BOZ, members, parents, graduates, representatives from press, media, and all the other invitees from Tadepalligudem and nearby places. I wholeheartedly welcome you all to the second and third joint convocation of NIT Andhra Pradesh, wherein we will award degrees to the students of 2016-20 and 17-21 batches together. I place it on record my profound gratitude to the Chairman DRDO for having graciously consented to be the chief guest of the convocation. Congratulations to the batch 2020 and 2021, the second and third batch of graduates NIT Andhra Pradesh. Like your seniors, you also have grown with NIT Andhra Pradesh. We have been waiting for this day for a quite long time. NIT Andhra Pradesh wants its second and third batch of students to experience and cherish their graduation day in the vibrant campus, and your waiting is royally paid off today. Dear young graduates, I congratulate each one of you who have toiled hard to reach this momentous day in your life. I appreciate and congratulate your parents and your guardians who have supported you in fulfillment of your dreams. Your quick adaptation to this new normal during the last phase of your BTech program caused due to the pandemic situation draws applause. Your incredible resilience in the face of the unexpected situation deserves suitable appreciation. As the director of this institution, I wish to present you a brief report on the significant achievements of your institute in the recent past. In spite of the pandemic disrupting the nation's education system, NIT Andhra Pradesh has not allowed the pandemic to disrupt our academic commitments. Our institute has quickly adapted to the changing education system and moved ahead with the academic activities without going to hiatus. The year 2020 was monumental year in the history of NIT Andhra Pradesh. The first batch of MTech admitted during September 2020 have reported to the campus physically at the end of December 2020. We have also organized a virtual induction program for the first year students who have admitted in 2020. And the first years have adapted to this situation very quickly. A remarkable point to note that our students and research scholars have enrolled for 3,700 courses plus courses in NPTEL in the current academic year, and many of them have received special appreciation from NPTEL for their outstanding performances. As a part of extending our support to the Government of India vision towards the internationalization of education, we are attracting students from abroad through Study in India program. We are marching towards getting our programs accredited by national and international accreditation bodies, such as NBA. Upon the graduation of this third batch, this year we will also make our entry into NIRF framework, we are in the process of initiating MBA program from this academic year onwards. NIT Andhra Pradesh has embraced the National Education Policy, NEP 2020, in its entirety. So, the offices of faculty, student welfare, the institute has conducted 10 virtual invited talks on the various aspects encompassing the salient features of NEP 2020 to enlighten the members of the faculty and also participants from other institutions online. The resources persons include cabinet ministers, member of parliament, academicians, and policy makers across the country. I am happy to share that each department and school of NIT Andhra Pradesh have restructured and revamped their syllabi in the light of recommendations of NEP 2020. A national conclave on strategies of for the implementation of national education policy in NITs was organized by our institute on 29th-30th October of this year. During the conclave, 2 symposia were held, and it is heartening to note that Honorable Governor of Telangana State, Her Excellency Dr. Tamilisai Soundararajan, and the Honorable Governor of Andhra Pradesh, His Excellency Sri Vishwabhushan Harichandan ji, have inaugurated the 2 symposia. The Honorable Governors lauded the efforts initiated by the Institute in the implementation of NEP 2020. Undoubtedly, the recommendations of NEP 2020 shall galvanize the higher education sector, and it will definitely help more students to imbibe the concept of Atmanirbhar Bharat, thereby boosting reverse brain drain. As per the notable comments of our Union Minister Shri Amit Shah ji, that no nation can develop with an army of illiterates, which sends a strong messages that education system shall be regenerated as per the recommendations of NEP 2020. The year 2020 has been a year to carry our major infrastructure development for NIT Andhra Pradesh. The buildings constructed in the phase 1A of the institute, namely academic buildings, hostels, guest houses, laboratory complexes, were virtually inaugurated and dedicated to the nation in October 2020 by the former Union Minister of Education, Sri Ramesh Pokhriyal ji. At this juncture, I would like to share that the buildings of our institute are in compliance with the green building standards, and we have received platinum rating for Indian Green Building Council. It's worth mentioning to share that Mrs. Mridula Ramesh, the founder of Sundaram Climate Institute, Madurai, was appointed as the chairperson of the institute in August 2020. I am happy to share with you that as a mark of respect to the great souls of our country, the prime buildings of the institutes are named after them to honor their selfless services to the country's cause. Aesthetically designed circle coming up in the East Gate will house at the center the statue of Mahatma Gandhi ji. The administrative vista is named after Iron Man of the country, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Library is named after the able administrator and father of our constitution, Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar, who fought for the rights of downtrodden and less privileged. The academic buildings are named after Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan, Madan Mohan Malaviya, and Malaviya ji, and the laboratory complexes are named after the profound Nobel laureate of our country, Sir C.V. Raman, and missile man, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Civil engineering workshop is named after Sir Arthur Cotton. Civil engineering workshops, yes, we gratefully remember the commendable contributions of Sir Arthur Cotton to the Godavari districts. NIT Andhra Pradesh has undertaken giant strides in terms of research. There has been a surge of faculty development programs and workshops that were organized during the period from April 2020 till date. A total 67 programs that include FTBs, workshops, and invited talks were organized through online mode, besides 16 institutional level FDPs, invited talks organized to enlighten our faculty teaching fraternity. Faculty members have published 171 research papers in SEA and Scopus journals, which include the publications in journals of international repute such as Nature, Springer, Elsevier, and IEEE. A total 132 research articles were published by the faculty in conference proceedings. 4 books and 45 book chapters have been authored by the faculty. This is all achieved in 24 months of time. 16 sponsored research projects worth of 45 million rupees were received from national funding agencies such as DST, SERB, IUSC, and etc. I am glad that our institution has been awarded with the funding of 5 crores for creation of common research technology development hub in the sector of renewable energy. This fund is awarded by Department of Science, Scientific and Industrial Research, Government of India. Memorandum of Understandings are initiated by the Research and Consultancy Wing with the wing of the Institute. MOUs with Clean India, Fervents, Hyderabad, Enexta, LinkedIn, Skylab, and institutions like NIT, Suratkal, DRDO, IIT, Kanpur, IIT, Mumbai, NHAI, Seagrass Private Limited. Like this, there are about 19 industries with which we have entered into MOU. NIT Andhra Pradesh has formulated the Institute Innovation Cell and has been organizing various programs to nurture innovation among the students. Events that are organized in phased manner, including idea competitions, idea hackathons, design thinking workshops, design competitions, and model competitions among students. Filing of international patents are encouraged by the Institute. 17 patents were so far filed by our faculty members recently. The Institute encourages the innovation ideas of the students and faculty. 2 such innovative contributions of our faculty members and their team: development of Wi-Fi controlled for smart rainwater harvesting and protocol to address security in EV charging drew huge appreciation across the country. On this occasion, I congratulate the teams. In addition to offering the needed physical and emotional support to all our students, Office of the Students' Welfare has been spearheaded for the national projects, for the implementation of national projects like Atmanirbhar Bharat, Swachh Bharat, Make in India, Design of Toys in India, Swachhta Pakwada, and various other projects. The Institute is celebrating Azadi Ki Amrit Mahotsav. We organize events under the banner of Fit India movement frequently. The observation of National Unity Day, International Yoga Day, National Educational Day, and the National Importance Days with respect and fervor. The Office of the Student Welfare takes additional steps to offer practices to students on yoga and guided meditation as well. Ritu Kumari, second year chemical engineering student, had participated in box langadi and underarm cricket national tournament and received silver medals. She is selected for internationals. We have Devesh Kaicher, second year civil engineering student, has participated in badminton, kickboxing, and basketball at national level. And K. Gauri Shankar, second year student of CSE, had participated in handball at the national level. Mrs. Chella Lahari, fourth year CSE student, along with 15 members delegation is selected to represent our country in 7th BRICS Young Summit, Youth Summit, which is a proud accomplishment for both the students and the institute as well. It is heartening to note that these students, in these 2 graduating batches, the placement percentage has reached from 79% for the year 2016-20 batch and to 85% for the year 2017-21 batch, respectively. I congratulate the students who placed and the team of training and placement cell for this achievement during the challenging COVID situation. Dear young graduates, NIT Andhra Pradesh is your cherishable alma mater. From now on, we are proud of you and your achievements. Unleash your latent potential to shine like stars in the firmament of your professional life. Draw inspirations from successful people like Sundar Pichai, CEO of Alphabet and Google, Satya Nadella, CEO of Microsoft, Jeffrey Preston Bezos, founder CEO of Amazon, Mary Van, chairman and CEO of General Motors. And for that matter, you can get inspiration from our chairperson, Mrs. Mrudula Ramesh. She is now she did her master's in MBA from Kellogg's, and she had been an angel investor for more than 18 plus startups. Now, and she is heading Sundaram Climate Institution. So she is a big inspiration for most of the youngsters. At the same time, you should also rise like Dr. Satheesh Reddy, who has, from RCI Laboratories, now he is occupying the topmost post in DRDO and scientific advisor to the Raksha Mantri. You are now educated. Your certification is in your degrees. You may think of it as the ticket to good life. Let me ask you to think of it as an alternative. Think of it as your ticket to change the world. You are the right person to change the world with all your education. What we learn with pleasure, we never forget. Instructions ends in the classroom, but education ends only in the life. Roosevelt says that future belongs to those who believe in beauty of their dreams. Chasing a dream requires effort, passion, and hard work. You are now in the halfway. Keep your good work and continue to strive. As you cherish the fruits of your hard work, I wish that success keeps following you in everything that you perform today and always. Congratulations. Be in constant touch with your alma mater. The portals of NIT Andhra Pradesh will ever remain open to you. I am sure that you will take the name of NIT Andhra Pradesh to greater height. I wish all the best in your professional life and career ahead. Congratulations and happy graduation. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. I request Dr. Sudarshana Deepa to introduce the chief guest, Dr. G. Satheesh Reddy.
Dr. G. Satheesh Reddy, Secretary, Department of Defense R&D and Chairman, Defense Research and Development Organization, spearheads indigenous development of defense systems and technologies. As the top defense scientist in the country, Dr. Reddy guides the development of major programs on missiles and strategic systems, fighter aircrafts, unmanned aerial defense systems, underwater systems, radar systems, strategic material armaments, and futuristic technologies. A visionary and institutional builder, his technology leadership has deeply impacted the development of best-in-class system for the Indian Armed Forces. Acclaimed as one of the leading aerospace scientists of the nation, Dr. Reddy is also the Director General of the Aeronautical Development Agency that has developed the fourth-generation light combat aircraft Tejas, which is being inducted into active service. With his vast experience in navigation and avionics design for missile systems like Agni, Prithvi, Akash, and aerospace applications like G3INS for ALH, INS for ships and submarine application, he directed multiple development projects for advanced defense technologies. As the director RCI, he led the development of critical technologies for IIR seekers, RF seekers, integrated avionic modules, and many other systems for onboard applications. Dr. Reddy also pioneered in quickly diversifying DRDO's talent to effectively develop required technologies in the ongoing fight against the COVID-19 pandemic. Under his guidance, nearly 50 technologies for combating COVID have been developed and about 75 products have been transferred to 100 industries. He demonstrated exemplary courage and leadership during the pandemic, and his non-stop work bears testimony to his never say die spirit and effectively mirrors the outstanding humanitarian facet of a scientist. He has received numerous other awards, including American Institute of Aeronautics and Aeronautical Missile Systems Award, National Systems Gold Medal, National Design Award, IEI IEEE USA Award for Engineering Excellence, and the Homi J. Baba Gold Medal. With these words of introduction, may I request our chief guest to deliver the convocation address.
Good afternoon. Director NIT Andhra Pradesh, Dr. CSP Rao, Chairperson, Board of Governors, NIT Andhra Pradesh, Ms. Mrudula Ramesh, the guest of honor of today's event, Dr. Dasharath Yadav, Sri VLN Reddy, the Board of Governors, the professors, faculty, most importantly, the students who are graduating today, the guests, and friends from media. Once again, very good afternoon to all of you and namaskar. At the outset, let me congratulate all the people who are receiving the gold medals in the respective areas of faculties, having done excellent work in your area. Also, my heartiest congratulations to all the students who are graduating from NIT Andhra Pradesh, probably the people who are also receiving from Convocation 2 and 3, because both are being held today. And also my congratulations to all your family members, probably who couldn't attend today here, who have attended. Firstly, let me say that this is one of the very colorful convocation what I have attended, and I'm seeing here lots of people in lots of colors, varieties of things, and looking to be very bright. And congratulations to Dr. CSP Rao for choosing all these things. It's only that you're all free, whereas we have to wear one more also on top. That's the difference. Otherwise, excellent event and excellent campus. Most of the buildings are very brand new, and we have just inaugurated one building. We have seen the lots of sports related things, gym equipment and many things. Shows that whatever we couldn't see also in all the laboratories and everywhere, it is fully filled with state-of-the-art equipment and machinery what are required by a new NIT which is just born in. As the NIT just started a couple of years back, you have a great advantage today that you can adapt to the new environments, new requirements, what the nation is looking for. If, I don't want to say that, but then if there is an establishment which has been there for decades, then there is a culture set in and there are processes which are set in, which actually takes some time to divert it or change it or modify it. But for a fresh institute, you can come out with fresh ideas, fresh processes, mechanisms, adapting to the changes which are coming in, like the new education policy, which has actually focused more and more on coming out with practical knowledge, applying the theory what you are learning to coming out with practical solutions, or more and more on translational research, or more and more on innovations. So I am sure that this NIT Andhra Pradesh has emerged and will be emerging to the requirements of today and tomorrow. And I'm also sure that the equipment and most of the professors whom I have seen, faculty who are very young, probably they have been completed their PhDs or postdoctorals very recently on the emerging areas or on the state-of-the-art subjects. So ensures that you are up to date to the requirements of today. So that way, you're all blessed to be part of this institute and graduating from this institute and walking into the society. You are walking from this institute into the society today with the knowledge imparted by these professors, and you are trying to put it to practice tomorrow onwards. It's a happy moment for you. You all will be joyous, very happy. But then the institute will be very happy when you put into practice this knowledge imparted by the learned professors, and you become, or you a great man, or you achieve something great in your life. Any institute is happy of the alumnus if they have achieved something. The name goes to the institute, not only to the person who has done that. So tomorrow onwards, how you conduct yourself in the society, that is what matters, and that is what actually gives happiness to the institute. Friends, you should remember one thing. Dr. Kalam, who was our guru, has been mentioning that somebody should think big. You should aim for something great. You should not be looking for an incremental growth. When you aim for something great, then you will be achieving that, or you will be achieving at least great minus minus. If you don't aim for that and you just think something, I want to just do some small thing, then you will never be able to do any great thing. Because the capacities what are there in you are enormous. It's only that you need to bring it out and put into practice. This is what actually has been telling the children, that dream, dream, dream. Dream to become a great engineer, dream to become a great doctor, dream to become a great lawyer, dream to become a great politician, whatever it is, and dream to achieve something great in your life. And then onwards, you won't be sleeping because you need to work to make that dream a reality. Work for it and you will be able to achieve. That is what is required. And we people, you have enormous strengths. That is what Indians over centuries, over decades, and the recent times have proven that they have done excellently with respect to any other nation in the world. Wherever we are, we have done great things, we have achieved great things, part of that, and we also in the nation here, in this country, we have achieved something. This nation, today, look at as you are all coming from NIT, I'll talk about only technological things today. A lot of things have been achieved by this nation today. Look at the Department of Space. The way the space technologies have emerged are proud of the nation. Talk about the PSLV, Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle. More than about 50 vehicles in a row consecutively have been successfully made and launched in many satellites, numbering more than even 100 in one vehicle itself. The same PSLV has been used for the moon mission, Mars mission, and then we also developed our own GSLV, Geostationary Launch Vehicle, putting the satellite in an orbit of 36,000 kilometers. We have developed our own cryogenic engine for that GSLV, which very few nations have developed, and so we are moving towards Gaganyaan. The achievements what the Department of Space have done are tremendous. We are one of the 3-4 nations in the world who have developed such capabilities. You must have seen that very few nations have gone for the Mars mission or moon mission. We are one of that. These are all the great achievements by the Department of Space and going on. Look at similarly Department of Atomic Energy, one of the another strategic department. Lots of achievements right from the days of Dr. Homi J. Baba. Whether you talk about nuclear power or nuclear energy or the systems which have been developed for the defense applications. We are again one of the very few nations who could conduct such tests and who could prove the technologies, who have established the nuclear power which is required for the civilian society also. I don't want to get into the details of that particular department too much. Coming into the defense technologies, again, a lot of things have been achieved, particularly in the last few decades, particularly in the last about 2 to 3 decades. If you look at when Dr. Kalam came to DRDO, there was no single missile developed by this nation. We were trying to import everything. Whereas today you look at it, name any type of a missile this nation has developed. Talk about Prithvi, talk about Dhanush, talk about Agni, Agni 1, Agni 2, Agni 3, Agni 4, Agni 5, the class of intercontinental ballistic missile. Or talk about surface-to-air missile, Akash, which actually got orders of more than 30,000 crores from Indian Armed Forces. The air-to-air missile, Astra. The supersonic cruise missile, BrahMos. In fact, I need to mention that when I said that you should aim for great, what Dr. Kalam thought. When we were developing Agni and Prithvi and other Akash and missiles, we were becoming one of the 5 nations and 6 nations in the world. When we developed Prithvi or Agni, we became one of the 6 nations who had that capability. He was asking, when are you going to become the first nation that you have developed a system like this which the world has not seen? And he worked for it. That is what is BrahMos, as a joint venture between Russia and India. The time there was no supersonic cruise missile existing in the world, and it is India which has developed in collaboration with Russia the first supersonic cruise missile in the world, BrahMos. That is what he has achieved. And that is what it means that you should think big. From there onwards, many other things, the anti-tank missiles, or bombs, or talk about ballistic missile defense which can intercept a ballistic missile coming towards this nation. Similarly, from there onwards, if you look at, actually when I say the ballistic missile defense, we have become one of the 4 nations in the world who have achieved that capability of intercepting a ballistic missile. Friends, you must be knowing from these technologies, Honorable Prime Minister, he gave us a directive in 2017 that we should show to the world that we have some great things which can do in this nation, and I want it to be done in 2 years. That is what is the anti-satellite mission, ASAT. He gave just 2 years' time, and DRDO could prove it by knocking off a satellite about 300 kilometers altitude in the space with a relative velocity of more than 10 kilometers per second with an accuracy of few centimeters. And we became we have become the 4th nation in the world after America, Russia and China to do that anti-satellite mission. Now we have developed our own Tejas aircraft, fighter aircraft, and Indian Air Force has given 83 numbers, totaling 123 numbers of fighter aircrafts on Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, and we are the 6th nation in the world who have developed their own fighter aircraft. And the Air Force order is the single largest ever order Air Force has given numbers-wise. We have developed our own main battle tank Arjun from CVRD Chennai, and again, we are the 6th nation in the world who have developed such things. Many other things, a lot of things have been developed, we are standing as one of the first 4, 5, 6 nations in the world. Talk about torpedoes, very close to you here in the city of Visakhapatnam, the torpedoes are being developed, many things which are required for the Indian Navy. We are able to develop our own ships here. We are able to develop our own carriers, IAC, Vikramaditya, aircraft carrier, built here in the country. We are able to build our own submarines today. And I can confidently say that today we are completely self-reliant in the areas of missiles, radars, sonars, torpedoes, electronic warfare systems, AWACS systems, communication systems, guns, tanks, fighter aircrafts. And friends, particularly when I say the guns, we should know that in the 155 artillery gun class, the world's longest range gun, ATACMS, is developed by this nation. That range, nowhere else in the world it is available. So lots of technologies have been developed, and we are proud of it. But then, friends, having said about achievement to say that we have the capacity and caliber, we also have to understand that we are still importing a lot, and we have to develop a lot. This is one of the important things what we need to know, rather what you need to know. And also I want to mention here, and very specifically every time I mention that, the nation has been a technology follower. Somebody develops and we develop it after a couple of years. This trend has to change from technology follower to technology leader. We need to develop the technologies. We are one of the largest importers of defense equipment today. Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji, every time he mentions that, change this. Being one of the largest importers of defense equipment, we should become one of the largest exporters of defense equipment. That is why he called for Atmanirbhar Bharat, self-reliant India, make in India. We should make everything here. We should develop here everything. We should have the capability to design, we should have the capability to develop here, we should have the capability to produce here and supply to the world market. This happens when we develop state-of-the-art systems. When we develop the systems and the same timelines as the world coming out, or more so when we develop the systems, first of its kind systems, which world has not seen. So we need to develop a lot of technologies. The technologies development, the core research happens in the academic institutes. See entire world, wherever it is, the basic research, the core research, or to major extent of applied research happens in the academic institutes. Whichever technology is coming out, the seeds have come from the academic institutes. Then the laboratories take on, the laboratories like DRDO or whichever it is, they take on from that inputs from the academic institutes, and then they try to develop the products, technologies, maturing the technologies, taking them to TRL 4, 5, 6, 7 and all that, and then come out to the translational research, developing a prototype, which the industries take on. So the core research on any of the new technologies what are looking for should come from academic institutes. You talk about whether today any material technology, you talk about anything on the propulsion technology, you talk about the engine technology, you talk about the photonics, you talk about the terahertz, you talk about the cyberspace, you talk about the artificial intelligence, or many areas, whatever it is you are talking about today, or energy sector, all that, the core things have to come from academic institutes, which actually the R&D organizations or industries will take on. Not only that today, innovation has become one of the important tools today. A product, unless it is innovative, it's very difficult for that product to be accepted by the world today. The innovation, again I say that the academic institutes like NITs are the engines of innovations. The seeds for innovations have to come right from these academic institutes. That is why we have in fact started many courses in defense technologies in the academic institutes. This year with AIEEE, we have started in more than about 40 academic institutes in the country, the MTech courses in defense technologies. Very things, talking about armaments, talking about avionics or many other things, the subjects have been started. We are also tied up with Department of Higher Education, where 500 PhD students are sponsored to DRDO laboratories to work on the defense problems. We are also trying to create lots of chairs in the academic institutes. We are also establishing many of centers of excellence in many academic institutes. Today we have centers of excellence in IIT Delhi, IIT Mumbai, IIT Chennai, Bharatiya University, we have in Yadav University, we have in Hyderabad Central University, we have in Jammu University, we have in Gujarat University, we have in Mizoram University, centers of excellence working in varieties of areas which are required for the future. So these are all created that we will be coming with the technologies which are first of its kind for tomorrow. That is what is important required today. So you people, when you are passing out of this from this academic institute, look for something what you can do, an innovative product, innovative system, innovative technology, what is required. You may be joining an industry, you may be joining a software industry, you may be pursuing at academic institutes, or you may be starting your own industry tomorrow. One great change has happened in the last 4 or 5 years is that most of the students who are passing out of our good academic institutes, they were going abroad earlier. Now, most of them are staying back. I can say that almost about 80% are staying back here. Earlier, 80% of the students are working in the information technology or information and communication technology, ICT area. Today, the trend has changed. People are working, youngsters, in multiple areas. Let me tell you the example. When I went to NIT Warangal in about 2013 or so, even in the metallurgy department, about 75% of the students were joining the IT industry. Today, it is completely different. Youngsters who are coming out of the institutes like NITs, they were working on materials. They are working on material science and developing various alloys, composite materials. People are working on engines. People are working on propulsion technologies. Today, friends, I want to tell you, the number of startups which have been registered with the DPIIT is more than 56,000 startups which have been registered. Youngsters are coming out with number of startups ideas today. And there are many startups which are working in the defense technologies areas which we have never seen. This is a trend change in the last about 4 or 5 years. These startups are working on, as I said, on the materials, composites, engines, propulsions, the core technologies which are required for the defense. So, the Ministry of Defense and Government of India is also encouraging this trend in a big way. There have been many schemes which have been created. There is a scheme called IDEX in the Department of Defense Production to promote innovations among youngsters. A lot of competitions, a lot of projects being given. In DRDO, we have created a scheme called Technology Development Funding, where you come out with an idea, or I need a system which I tell, if you are coming out with that, the development is funded by the DRDO, which is up to 10 crores. There are more than about 40 to 50 industries have already been funded in the just last 2 years. There are about 60 are in pipeline today. Similarly, for youngsters who are just passing out of the colleges, who do not have an industry, if they tie up with their own incubation center in the academic institute, through the incubation center, again we are funding up to again 1 crore, 5 crores, whatever it is based on the idea. Just come out with an idea which is required for the defense or dual purpose, we are ready to fund. Seeing this trend, the way the Indian youngsters are coming up, you must have seen that just about 3 days back, Indian Defense R&D and Israeli Defense R&D have signed an MOU where both of us together will be funding these startups in both the countries simultaneously, and both the startups will work together, and the outcome of it will be shared in both the countries. First time, another country joining with the defense R&D here and funding Indian startups. This is the trend what is coming. A lot of change, a lot of encouragement. There are many more schemes which are coming out, trying to encourage the people to work for this and come out with ideas and try to do. This is the only change what we can bring in the country, and that is how we can make what Honorable Prime Minister has given the call for Atmanirbhar Bharat and Make in India. Unless we develop the products which are innovative, which are really state of the art, or which are actually first of its kind, and then make it at a lower cost compared to the world. That is how we can conquer the world. This is very important today. The country can become prosperous by technology, and that is what is in your hands now. If we have to become prosperous, we have to come out with the products which are actually challenging and which actually the world looks towards India, and the entire world is flooded with our products, and that is how India will become prosperous. And that is what is there in your hands. Come out with technologies. Friends, today, I want to tell you very specifically one thing. The opportunity in the IT area, India has actually really utilized it in a big way and actually captured that market. Whichever way it is, people, let me say, working for various companies, multinational companies, abroad, whatever it is, we could get lots of jobs and we could use our talent and utilize. And today, similarly, we should not lose the opportunity in the area of artificial intelligence. We should not lose the opportunity in the area of cyberspace, which is very, very essential, not only for the defense technologies, for even for the technologies which are required by the society, which we call it as dualist technologies also, very, very important. That's why we actually started lots of courses in this, again, MTech courses in artificial intelligence and cyber related areas. And in fact, we have an university called DIIT, Defense Institute of Advanced Technologies in Pune. They conduct a course every 6 months, certified course in artificial intelligence and cyber areas, and a certified course for 500 students is given with eminent people teaching the students there, trying to develop a skill set. That is how we started these MTech courses, electives in BTechs also in the defense technologies, so that the students who are passing out are very familiar with these defense technologies. And defense technologies means which are actually the most modern science and technology areas. See, many technologies which we are seeing today have come from originally from defense. You talk about internet today, that has come from defense. You are talking about GPS today, the navigation, it has come from defense. So when you look at it, the technologies which actually offshoot of these things will be very useful to the civilian society also. So in every area, not just defense, because I am a defense scientist, in every area we need to come out with the technologies which are required for tomorrow. And you need to develop the products which are innovative. That is what is the most important. Whether you are going to work, pursue your academics, are you going to work in an industry, or you are going to have an industry of your own, work in this direction. Synergize your energies, expand your capabilities, take them to the peak, whatever you can do, and come out with what world has not seen. Surprise the world with the technologies, what you can come out. And I'm very sure institutes like the NIT AP, which are very, very new, will be coming out with new ideas, new processes, which can actually make your thinking in this direction and make you come out with this type of technologies and products. My heartiest congratulations to all of you once again who are graduating today, and also to the gold medalist. My congratulations to NIT AP, and I'm sure that NIT AP will be emerging as one of the best institutes in the country, and wish them all the best. And my cooperation, our department cooperation will be there to NIT AP to come out with these new technologies. All the best. Jai Hind. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir. May I request our chief guest to present the gold medals for the year 2020 and 2021 batches.
Sir, the gold medals are awarded, one for each of the branches of engineering students who rank first, obtaining the highest marks in his or her discipline in Bachelor of Technology. Now I present here the students who on fulfillment of prescribed conditions have been found eligible for the award of gold medals and pray that the medals be given to them. I request the Chief Guest, Dr. G. Satheesh Reddy, Chairman DRDO, to please present Roll of Honor gold medals for the year 2020. The gold medal winners are Ms. Pulya Yashoda Nagalakshmi Kiranmai from Biotechnology, Ms. Kota Purna Vidya, Civil Engineering, Mr. Penta Suman, Computer Science and Engineering, Ms. D. Venkatasai Josna, Electronics and Communication Engineering, Mr. V. Karthik Reddy, Mechanical Engineering, Mr. Kotagiri Neha, Metallurgical and Materials Engineering. Sir, the Institute Gold Medal is awarded to the student who stands first, securing the highest mark among all the students of the batch receiving the degree of Bachelor of Technology. I now present here the students who on fulfillment of prescribed conditions have been found eligible for the award of Institute Gold Medal and pray that the medal be given to them. For the year 2020, Mr. V. Karthik Reddy, Department of Mechanical Engineering of the Institute, is selected for the award of the Institute Gold Medal. I request the Chief Guest to please present the Institute Gold Medal. I request the Chief Guest to please present Roll of Honor Gold Medal for the year 2021. The gold medal winners are Ms. Mary Prajna Raj, Biotechnology, Kotta Panisri, Civil Engineering. Mr. Ravi Jain, Computer Science and Engineering. Mr. Anup Kumar Jaiswal, Electrical and Electronics Engineering. Ms. B. Anusha, Electronics and Communication Engineering. Sir, for the year 2021, Ms. B. Anusha, Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering of the Institute, is selected for the award of the Institute Gold Medal also. I request the Chief Guest to please present the Institute Gold Medal to Ms. B. Anusha. Thank you, sir.
May I request Professor C.S.P. Rao, Director, NIT Andhra Pradesh, to present a memento and felicitate our Chief Guest. May I request Dr. Reshma to introduce our chairperson.
The chairperson of Board of Governors of NIT Andhra Pradesh, Madam Mrudula Ramesh, is the author of critically acclaimed book, The Climate Solution, India's Climate Change Crisis and What We Can Do About It. She is the founder of the Sundaram Climate Institute, which focuses on waste and water solutions and education. She is an active angel investor in clean tech startups with a portfolio of over a dozen startups. Madam Mrudula sits on several angels management groups, including the Indian Angels and the Chennai Angels, and is involved in several initiatives to spur entrepreneurship to build climate resilience. A graduate with distinction from Cornell University and an MBA from the Kellogg School of Management, Madam Mrudula worked at McKinsey in Silicon Valley before returning to India. Leveraging on her 2 decades of management experience, she teaches a postgraduate class on climate change at the Great Lake Institute of Management. Madam is a regular columnist for First Post on climate change and has written for The Hindu, Live Mint, Bloomberg Quint, and Condé Nast. She is the executive director of Sundaram Textiles and lives and experiments in Madurai in a net zero waste house. May I now request Madam Mrudula Ramesh, chairperson, to kindly deliver the presidential address.
Good evening. Dr. Satheesh Reddy, Dr. Dasharath Ram Yadav, Dr. CSP Rao, the director, distinguished faculty, parents, most importantly, students. First, congratulations. I think you've completed a strange and wonderful journey. The pandemic has thrown you a googly, and you've taken it on and you've succeeded and you've finished. So well done and congratulations. Second, I have never given a written speech before. So I know the Institute has been following me up to give a written speech. I usually speak extempore. So I'll use this as inspiration, but deviate from the text. Yeah, this is a new world. So I think repeatedly today you've heard of 2 words coming up again and again in what people before me spoke about. You heard of innovation and you heard of Atmanirbharta. Atmanirbharta, I'll talk of self-reliance. And self-reliance is probably the most powerful concept you will encounter in your lives. And it's a concept that applies along multiple levels. You can talk at Atmanirbharta at the national level, where a country is self-reliant. You can talk about Atmanirbharta at the institutional level, such as NIT can be independent. But for you, students who are looking to make the mark on the world and define your own lives, I'd like to talk about Atmanirbharta at the individual level, because I think that is the most relevant to you. So how does one go about it? It's a good question. And there are many answers. There is no one path. But in my mind, my sense is that Atmanirbharta has to start with Atmajnanam. Atmajnanam means self-knowledge. Philosophers through the ages have talked about it. Socrates talked about it. My favorite, one of my favorite philosophers, Ramana, who came from Madurai and then went and settled in Tiruvannamalai, kept asking only one question. Anybody would go see him, he'll say, ask yourself, who am I? Again, the question, who am I, has many answers. You can talk about it in the spiritual level, you can talk about it at the psychological level. But again, for this audience, again, students who are just beginning out, I'd like to talk about it in the material level. And here I've put a quote from the Bhagavad Gita, so I will say it. And I'll say it in English because I think it's more relevant. The quote actually says, do your swadharma, which is, it's better to do what suits you imperfectly rather than do what someone else is supposed to do perfectly. Okay? And the key word here is swabhava niyatam. Do what suits you, what works for you. Act as per your nature. But what is Atmanyana? What is self-knowledge? And we went through it before, and I'd like to talk about it at the material level. And at the material psychological level, it's the most important question you will ask yourself in your life. Who am I? What am I? And I hope in the 4 years, some of it in the institute, some of it in your homes, some of it in between, you've had that chance to ask your question again and again. And this is the most important question you can ask yourself as you go forward. Ask yourself, what are you good at? Right? Some of you have got gold medalists, but there are other people who will be good at something. What is it that people come to you for? Right? What makes you stay up a little later at night? What gets you excited on a Monday morning? What will make you run a little faster, work a little harder? Something you'll find out in your life is that between the good and the best, it's just that last 5% that makes the difference. And I keep saying this to people I work with. And that little edge will only come when you're excited about something. And ask yourself, answer those questions for yourself. Don't let anyone else tell you those answers, because that is the beginning of the journey that is Atmanyana. Now I'm going to shift gears a little bit, right? The world is changing, and the world is changing fast, right? Right now, few hundred kilometers south of us, Chennai was flooded. Right now, a few thousand kilometers north of us, Delhi is smoked out. They're talking about a lockdown to lower the emissions. On the other side of the world, our leaders are trying to discuss how, if at all, we can deal with the climate crisis. The past 2 years has seen the pandemic scour the earth. You've been affected, my college years were some of the most fun times I had in my life, and you had to sit at home during that time. So it has really affected you. Digitization has taken off during the pandemic. Those of us here are very lucky to be able to work on Zoom. But what about the waiters, the taxi drivers, the person who runs a push cart? Their lives have slid a little into chaos. So the world is changing, and right now it's changing fast. So I spoke all this time about Atmanyana. What does Atmanyana have to do with change? To answer that question, I'll do two things. I'll start off with a quotation, and then I'll end with an example. The quotation, which is popularly attributed to Einstein, but though it's not sure he said it at all, is, if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live out its whole life thinking that it's stupid. The meaning of this is that you play to your strengths. And what do you know what you're strong as? Again, Atmanyana. Who are you? What are you good at? So a lot of people here said you should excel, you should innovate. But innovate in what you are good at. And to take this off. Innovate in what you're good at, because that's where you'll go from the good to the best, which is just a 5% difference sometimes. Now for the example. I'm going to talk about water, because that's something I know reasonably well. And I'm not talking about the ability of water to fit into any vessel while retaining its innate properties. I am talking about India's water. India's water, you might just think, okay, there's water here, what's so special about it? India's water is very, very seasonal. It's more seasonal than most other countries in the world, right? And almost all of India's rain falls in just 100 hours. That's something we've forgotten. We're all wearing these cloaks, which is not suitable to this climate. And we've forgotten so much about ourselves. And one thing we've forgotten is the nature of our water. It just falls in 100 hours. And but our ancestors were aware of this. So everywhere, we drink water every day, we need water all the time. But if the rain only falls in 100 hours, what did our ancestors do? They invested in storage. So all across, you see the cherus, the aries, the kanmais, the tanks. And today, what do? We build over our aries. Okay. I live in a place called Chokki Kulam. Kulam in Tamil means a pond. There is no pond there, right? T Nagar, I don't know any of you guys from Chennai, I don't know if you're there, but if anybody is from Chennai, Chennai's commercial district, T Nagar, used to be a huge tank. It was a 2-mile by 3-mile tank where people had their winter boat race. And now people are saying, Shisho, it's gone underwater. Well, it's a tank, it will go under, that's where the water flows to. So because we've forgotten this jnana about our water, because we don't realize ourselves, we make the wrong decision. And when great change comes, the greatest change of your generation, of my generation, climate change, because we've forgotten this jnana of water, we make the wrong choices and suffer. So when it comes to your own life, from now on, change is a given. Okay, from now on, you can expect great change to come periodically. And by understanding yourself, having an understanding of what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, you know what to do. And importantly, you know what not to do. And with that, I wish you all the best in your great freedom and wish you success and good luck in life. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I request Dr. Sudarshana Deepa to introduce the guest of honor.
May I request all to rise? May I request all to remain seated? Dr. Dasharath Ram, distinguished scientist, has been appointed as Director, Defense Research and Development Laboratory, Hyderabad. He is a gold medalist from Motilal Nehru Regional Engineering College, now known as NIT Allahabad. He joined DRDL as a scientist. He pursued his master's in Advanced Manufacturing Technology from Cranefield Institute of Technology, UK, in the year 1992, and PhD in Production Engineering from Bharathiar University, Coimbatore in the year 2007. He has more than 30 years of experience in prototype fabrication of missile hardware, development of manufacturing technologies and processes. He established state-of-art manufacturing facility at DRDL. He has significantly contributed in technology transfer for productionization of missiles, hardware like propulsion and airframes to industry. As a project director, he was responsible for setting up large-size hypersonic wind tunnel facility at Hyderabad. He has been assigned the task of development and indigenization of various BrahMos missile subsystem as a program director, PJ-10. He is a recipient of Swarna Jayanti Award of Aeronautical Society of India. He has published more than 40 papers in international journals and conferences. He is a fellow of Indian National Academy of Engineering, the Institution of Engineers, Indian Institution of Production Engineers, fellow Telangana Academy of Sciences, the Aeronautical Society of India, member Indian Society for Aerospace and Related Mechanism, and Society for Failure Analysis. With these words of his bio sketch, may I request our guest of honor to present the convocation address.
Respected Ms. Mridula Ramesh, Chairperson, Board of Governors, Professor CSP Rao, Director NIT Andhra Pradesh, distinguished members of Senate, faculty members, staff members, recipients of the undergraduate degrees, family member of faculty, staff, students, ladies and gentlemen. Greeting to all. I am delighted to participate in the school and the third joint convention, second and third joint convention of NIT Andhra Pradesh. I congratulate all the graduating students of this convocation of their performance in their academics. I also compliment the faculty member of this institute who put untiring efforts and worked hard to impart quality education to build knowledge and give a definite direction to your thinking and approach. I had visited your college 2 years back. I am finding totally change and the type of facilities have come. I am also product of NIT, but very old timers. And I think I am now seeing this college. So there is a star difference is there. Earlier it was 1 star, this is a 5-star. NIT is there, and I think all the credit goes to Professor CSP Rao. The way he has built and the type of facility and extracurriculum activities, games, and I think this is a proper environment where you had been trained and you had given the environment, because environment you don't have control. The whatever environment is there, you have to survive and you have to move forward. This is the day of, I can say, fulfillment for your parents who invested their hard-earned money and their time for providing education to you. In many cases, your parents might have sacrificed a lot to make sure that you get the best of education of your better future. Hence, I congratulate each and every parent and family members of graduates for their efforts and sacrifice. You graduating students might have undergone complete different academic learning experience. I think you might have not due to COVID-19. This is a different scenario, and you might have seen what is online classes and how you have to survive in that environment. And this is the online assignment, online lab classes, and so on. Though the pandemic situation affected the livelihood of many our colleagues and in our society, it has brought disruptive changes in the education system. Evolution of digital classrooms in the big way, it opened a lot of opportunity for you in digital learning, in the remote learning, and opportunity to improve your skill with the world-class institutes. Today, you can take a degree or diploma or certificate on a specialized program for any institute anywhere in the world through online program. You graduate student make use of present day opportunity to improve your skill set in the multidisciplinary area of your interest. Though today you are passing out from a specific discipline, but world is looking from you from multidisciplinary skill from you student. Because if you see, if you are any product, it is always multidisciplinary skill set requirement is there. Dear graduating students, today you have been conferred with your degree, which is your license or token of recognition of your hard work for the course period, and now you are going to your actual field of work, which is challenging, and you are going to be on your own without having your mentor, supervisor, or teacher around. The nature and environment are going to be your teacher. I therefore at this juncture remind you last word of Lord Buddha, Atta Dipa Bhav, that means enlighten yourself, which I believe will serve you a guiding lighting in path of your journey. Let loyalty, honesty, integrity, humility, and spirituality be your companion in your journey and life. Just try to remember the word of our, particularly DRDO, we can say our guru and visionary Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. If you want to shine like a sun, first burn like a sun. Dear friends, as a youth of this country, you are going to be driver of our economy and development. Lot of multinational companies are being headed by Indians who are graduating from IITs, NITs, IIMs, and other premier institutes in India. Who knows, tomorrow one of you will be heading those institutes. When we could excel in other countries, why not we can create organizations like Apple, Microsoft, Facebook, and Google in India? Recently, there is a paradigm shift in the business. You might have heard these words, Uber, the world's largest taxi company, owns no vehicle actually. Facebook, the world's most popular media owner, creates no contents. Amazon and Alibaba, you might have heard because you may be using also. Most of the valuable retailers, no inventory, and OYO, the largest accommodation provider, owns no real estate or hotels. Similarly, Ola, Swiggy, Flipkart, and so on. You can see sometime interesting in all these businesses. Though the business activities are different, but there is a common word behind all of them, which is innovation. There is a difference between creativity and innovation. Creativity is thinking of new things. Innovation is doing the new things differently. Innovation is critical in every company, whether it may be for new products or services, or efficient manufacturing process, or the new marketing or sales channels. But there is a cost on innovation. Any idea by definition will not be accepted at first. It takes repeated attempts, endless demonstration, autonomous rehearsal before innovation can be accepted and is industrialized by an organization. This required courageous patience. There are several initiatives by Government of India, Honorable Prime Minister of India, to foster innovation in the young minds by providing right environment and encouragement of a startup by establishing incubation center of translation research, such as Center of Excellence, National Center of Additive Manufacturing at Hyderabad, research parks at IIT Madras, IIT Bombay, IIT Kharagpur. These are some of the initiatives taken by DRDO. Ministry of Education, Government of India, as an initiative, established an innovation cell with the purpose of systematically fostering the culture of innovation in the higher education institute across the country. Yukti 2 portal that put every possible effort to support the startup and technologies from academic institutions by connecting with mentors, trainers, providing the outreach and facilitating the connect with the potential investor. In this platform, you can share your innovative idea and share the technical know-how for betterment of the society. Impacting research, innovation, and technology imprint, you all will be knowing it is a national initiative of the Ministry of Human Resource Development, presently Ministry of Education, designed to address all the major engineering challenges faced by nation through an inclusive and sustainable mode of translation research into viable products and processes in selected technology domains to enable, empower, important nation of inclusive growth and self-reliance. This initiative is funded jointly by MHRD and Department of Science and Technology. In other national-wide initiative called Smart India Hackathon, students are provided with platform to solve some of the pressing problems we face in our daily lives and thus inculcate the culture of product innovation and mindset of the problem solving. DRDO, just now our chairman has highlighted a lot of initiative which is being taken, at least 3-4 initiative has been taken to bring it out, innovation in the entrepreneurs and first timers who want to set up the industry. There is a major program, Dare to Dream scheme. It is a tribute to our visionary, legendary former president and eminent scientist, Dr. APJ Kalam, to promote individual and startup or innovation in defense and aerospace. On October 4th, 2021, recently, Defense Minister gave away awards to 40 winners, which 22 were from individual category and 18 were in the startup category for the edition Dare to Dream 2. Now the third edition, Dare to Dream, it is open to participants. DRDO also provide technical and financial support to winners for a realization of their ideas under Technology Development Fund. Sorry. Department of Industrial Policy and Innovation, Government of India has initiated a Startup India campaign. Startup is an India flagship initiative to build the startups and nurture innovation. Though this initiative, the government plans to empower startup ventures to boost entrepreneurship, economic growth, and employment across the country. Though Atal Innovation Mission, the government has Atal Tinkering Laboratories in the schools across the country. The objective of this scheme to foster curiosity, creativity, imagination in the young minds and inculcate skill as a design mindset, computational thinking, adaptive learning, physical computing. I urge you, the graduating student, to make use of various initiatives of Government of India towards the Atmanirbhar Bharat, the vision of Honorable Prime Minister of India for making India as a self-reliant nation to become entrepreneurs and create jobs. India does not need job seekers. We want job givers and job creators. For India to become a superpower, we must produce leaders in all disciplines. The economy of any developed country is highly dependent on the manufacturing competitiveness. The manufacturing competitiveness is assessed on the sustainability of industry to capture global market share, grow in the market through productive improvement, innovation, and continuous improvement are only keywords for improving the global competitiveness index and global innovation index. Recently, India has ranked 46th position by the World Intellectual Property Organization in the Global Innovation Index in 2021. It is your hand to improve the India rank in the Global Innovation Index. Our young minds are capable of thinking, innovating, and you make use of present day opportunity to become successful entrepreneurs, converting your innovative idea into enterprises. Dear graduates, you are going to see a very challenging environment in the days ahead. I want to tell you a few things. Can you imagine your travel time to reduce 1/10 to any part of the world? Now most of the aircraft fly either subsonic or at least sonic speed, but now if you are going to enter in the hypersonic regime, a lot of research is going on, and certainly you are going to face that challenge. Research is being carried out in the area of reusable weapon system. You might have heard in our structures, Ramayana and Mahabharata, what are the images and type of weapon system are there? Dear graduates, those are reality now. Whatever things you can imagine by this technology, it is a possibility is there. Now you dream today may come truth tomorrow, such as space colonies. Already space stations are there. Tomorrow people are going to stay there. Mobile nuclear plant. Can you imagine how this in Siberia, Russians are surviving? Other day I was reading an article from the earlier our chairman of atomic energy. He is telling like 3D printing, wherever you want to do the work, why not generate the energy? Now new concept is coming as a mobile nuclear plants, wherever requirement is there, because in the tomorrow, that energy scenario, green energy, what we are propagating, either we have to go for the solar energy or nuclear plant. Now concept is coming, why not bring the modular nuclear plant and wherever requirement is generate the energy. Russians has done in the Siberia, now they are brought in the planes also and a mobile nuclear plant, they are able to supply the electricity to their people. These are going to be really reality tomorrow. What you are going to say? The imagination today will be reality tomorrow. Such a space tourism. SpaceX design and manufacture two-stage reusable rocket Falcon 9 for reliable and safe transport for people, payloads in the Earth orbit and beyond. Our Prime Minister recently might have heard a green grid initiative. Earlier we are telling one grid, one India. Now he has proposed one sun, one world, one grid. The first international network of global interconnected solar power grid, jointly with his UK counterpart Boris Johnson. This creative initiative will not only reduce carbon footprint, energy cost, but also open a new avenue for cooperation between different countries and regions. In this juncture, I want to recall the words of our visionary Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. What he used to say, dream, dream, dream. Dream transformed into thought and thoughts results in action. I put forward few of the emerging and disruptive technology and focus your thought on such and that. And I think you are going to face those technology and you have to gear for that. Look for the artificial intelligence. Your weapon system will be more, I can say, intellectual, having intellect than yourself. Additive manufacturing. It is a factory is totally going to change the way you think, the way you are manufacturing, you are taught and books, it is there. It is totally whatever you imagine you can print. Now there are cases are there where total rocket motor is printed, which used to take raw material to realization 2 years. Within 2 months you can bring out the concept and you can test it. Internet of Things, Industry 4, cyber security, communication technology, deep learning, machine learning, solar-based technology, electric vehicle, high energy sources, intelligent and smart systems. These are the technology which is going to, you are going to face with that. Next thing is there in the things, when we are looking for the hypersonic and all, it is a totally different regime. You don't have even material to think on that, the type of environment, that of temperature it goes to, like a smart material, biomimicking material, high temperature material. Then other things you will be under tremendous pressure, like a green environment, sustainable manufacturing and so on. It is only through innovation, research and development we can bring positive transformation in society and address many of its problems, including poverty, disease, unemployment, hunger. You as a graduates of this institute have the responsibility of ushering in the societal transformation using the knowledge of science, engineering, technology, social science, humanity, and other subjects which you have acquired. I complete my talk with the following 2 quotes of Swami Vivekananda. Never think there is anything impossible for the soul. It is the greatest heresy to think so. If there is a sin, this is the only sin, to say that you are weak or others are weak. And arise, awake, stop not till the goal is reached. I wish each and every graduates of this convocation to have successful career ahead and to bring glory to institute and nation. I wish the institute all the glory, success. I once again congratulate you one and all on this convocation day. I want to thank Professor CSP Rao. He has given me opportunity to share my view. Thank you very much. Jai Hind. May God bless you.
Thank you, sir. May I now request the Director of NIT Andhra Pradesh, Professor CSP Rao, to award Bachelor of Technology degrees for the year 2020 and 2021.
Sir, the heads of the departments will present to you the candidates who have successfully completed the prescribed courses of study and have been found fit for the award of the degree of Bachelor of Technology in the following order. biotechnology, chemical engineering, civil engineering, computer science and engineering, electrical engineering, electronics and communication engineering, mechanical engineering, metallurgical and materials engineering. Thank you.
Sir, I present to you the candidates who have successfully completed the prescribed courses of study and have been found fit for the award of the degree of Bachelor of Technology in Biotechnology, and I pray that they and others in absentia be admitted. I request the Director to please present the degrees for the year 2020 and 2021 graduates. 2020 graduates, Ms. Kopanati Harshita. Nampalli Bharatwaj. Pulya Yashoda Nagalakshmi Kiranmay. So now 2021 graduates. Very Pragna Raj. Duddu Devadatta Satya Sampreet. E. Aman Rao. Chadala Varshini. Muhammad Azharuddin. Nivedita E. Rajesh M. Sribhashyam Akhil. Toda Uday Kiran. Uppara Rachna. Vemuri Rakesh.
Sir, I present to you the candidates who have successfully completed the prescribed courses of study and have been found fit for the award of the degree of Bachelor of Technology in Chemical Engineering, and I pray that they and others in absentia be admitted. I request the Director to please present the degrees for 2020 and 2021 graduates. 2020 graduates, Appalatula Siva Saitanya, Banavatu Sai, Ganta Sai Srisa, Guntu Snuptik, Kamalapuram Nagaswarupa, Kanchana Hima Sailaja, Somashekar Naik, Naga Venkadasri Aditya Pavan, Tejasri Adepalli, Udagiri Ashish Kumar, (2021) graduate, Ammu Usha Manasa, Sudhir Balivada, Shai Kumar Naik, Veera Venkata Shai Kiran, Namin Kumar Naik, Gorle Pavan Kumar, Jaishankar Mani Kumar, Shaswat Panpude, wait. Shai Praveen, Sriram Abhishek. Right.
Sir, I present you the candidates who have successfully completed the prescribed courses of study and have been found fit for the award of degree of Bachelor of Technology in Civil Engineering, and I pray that they and others in absentia be admitted. I request the Director to please present the degrees for the 2020 and 21 graduates. The 2020 graduates are Ms. Adepalli Supriya Veera Venkata Varalakshmi, Ms. Ali Kirtana, Ms. Alluri Akila, Ms. Bellala Reshma, Ms. Chabutala Deepthi, Ms. Chinna Edula Revati, Mr. Darla Srikanth. Miss Gadileri Lahari. Miss Gadiparthi Divyarupa. Miss Gunda Sahiti. Miss Kanakala Bhagya Samira. Mr. Kondetti Pavan Kumar. Miss Kondi Pamula Pranita. Miss Kota Purna Vindhya. Miss Faila Sushma Sai. Mr. Prithvi Raj Bogri. Miss Sampatrao Mridula. Mr. Sanapati Bhaskar. Miss Irranki Meenakshi. Mr. Kolipaka Sai Venkatesh. The 2021 graduates are Mr. Adusumalli Gautam K. Satvik, Mr. Akash Ranjan, Mr. Suryavanshi Akash Subhash, Arigelli Sri Sai Nagashivani, Miss Chinni Meera Minisha, Mr. Dasari NBKS Aditya, Mr. Dasari Udaykiran, Mr. Devarkonta Saikiran, Mr. Divya Ashish, Mr. Donga Sai Durgateja, Mr. Gunda Badini Navdeep Chandra, Miss Kota Fanishri, Mr. Madaka Sai Sandeep, Mr. Mudavat Sunil, Mr. Mukul Kumar, Mr. Palagani Sai Varun, Mr. Pillalamari Sri Lohit Datta, Mr. Shivam Pandey, Mr. Todinla Naveen, Miss Upala Pratisha, Miss Vasa Navya Sri Aishwarya Janvi, Ms. Vasagiri Sri Chandana. And Mr. Vikash Kumar.
Sir, I present to you the candidates who have successfully completed the prescribed courses of study and have been found fit for the award of the degree of Bachelor of Technology in Computer Science and Engineering, and I pray that they and others in absentia be admitted. I request the director to please present the degrees for the 2020 and 2021 gradients. 2020 gradients, Aparacharu Pratyusha, B. Hema, Balla Rupa, Bangaru Sai Jagadish, Bejjam Vijay Kumar, Burja Manisha, Burre Chandu, Chintapatla Bhargavi, Chunchu Karthik, Dasari Anand Kumar, Dogiparthi Nikhila Aparna, Eslavat Lakshmi Bai, G. Khyati Anisha, G. Chandra Fanikumar, Gaddi Likhitanjali, Gandi Nagasai Raviteja, Janga Guru Pavani, Kaligotla Raghuram, Karuturi Ramyasri, Konakalla Sai Nikita, Koppula Sriharsha, Kota Jaya Naveen Reddy, Kota Jaya Shankar Sairam, Kune Mohit, Machineni Faninder Reddy, Mallipudi Jayashree, Matta Monica, Medi Sunandini, Mishra Anuruddha Munna, Muktavaram Manoj, Muttineni Sriram, Nallam Chakrapani Rao, Nampalli Nihal, Palti Rajendra Prasad, Penta Sumant, Puchakayala Shanmukhi, Rampalli Yashaswin, Rongali Raghavendra, Sai Teja Appala, Sesetti Anuhya, Sri Suma Atluri, Totadi Chaitanya Teja, Tolikonda Sahiti, Umesh Yadav, Ummadi Setti Subbarao, Uppada Swapnasri, Vaditya Shivashankar Nayak, Venkata Raghuchandan Bade. (2021) graduates Anantarapu Sai Prashant, Bejjipurapu Venkata Lakshmi Prasanna, Boyinapalli Akhilesh Rao, Boram Pritam Sagar, Chelamarla Pavana Sai Sri, Chava Sai Arati, Darisa Snehita, Golagani Praveen, Gude Madhuri, Gandavarapu Sai Sri Anjani, Gurram Bhavana Brahmaram. Harshini Mudarabilli, Yadav Sivacharan Nayak, Kadapalla Nitin Kumar, Kalyanapu Sai Santoshi Pravallika, Kolla Nagasuraj Babu, Konda Gayatri Lakshmi Anjali, Koppolu Akshaya, Lalam Chandramouli, Maddula Ravi Venkata Sai Krishna, Mallela Komali Priya, Reddy Rohit Venkata Manideep, Muhammad Samir Beg, Motru Sandeep Madhav. Nagiri Madugu Rashmita Reddy. Nallan Chakravarti Srinivasa Jagannath. Paluvai Rupa Vaishnavi. Padigala Lakshman Sai. Paladugu Tanuja. Palla Durga Prasad Rao. Pallam Sivasankar. Paradarami Sai Likit. Just wait. Pasupuleti Sri Sai. Pogarti Niharika. PP Prakash. Rajalapati Naveen. Ravi Jain. Sonu Soren. Thakur Utkarsh Singh. Tatikonda Venkata Sai Teja. V. Shashivan. Vallamkonda Sivakrishna. Velaga Suman. Vissam Setti Sriharshini. Ungarala Manivardhan. Aleti Sai.
Sir, I present you the candidates who have successfully completed the prescribed courses of study and have been found fit for the award of degree of Bachelor of Technology in Electrical and Electronics Engineering. And I pray that they and others in absentia be admitted. I request the director to please present the degrees for the 2020 and 2021 graduates. 2020 graduates, Adepu Anjali, Angadi Reshma, Aul Manisha, Balina Sai Lohit Kumar, Bantupalli Bhaskar, Bolneni Srujana Sai, Dasari Suman, Devanga Yagna Sai Manjunath, Gajala Vikshit, Gasikanti Sai Varun. Yes, sir. Korle Vamsi, Guduru Tarun, K. Mayuri, KNS Sri Lakshmi, Kotturu Bhargavi, Kovali Sahiti, Krishnakar Reddy Banda, Kumbanaga Praninda, M. Kalyani, M. Surendra Srinivas, Meravat Gayatri, Mulkala Spandana, PM Venkata Shanmukha Srikar, Palla Abhinaya Saudamini, Power Jagadish, Kinjari Salim Basha, Uppala Sai Suma Varshini, Ravinutula Lakshmi Naga Sai Gayatri, S. Yashwant Babu, Sheikh Babu, please then. Sheikh Muhammad Mehbun, Siddula Jagadish, Sugali N. Bapuji Nayak, Suraparaju Srinivasa Karthik, Talakampa Vinay Kumar, Tirumala Anusha, Vanamala Abhishek Varaprasad, Vantala Sudhir, Y. Ramadevi, Errabandi Nanda Kishore Reddy, (2021) graduate, Alladi Harshavardhan, Amit Kumar, Anup Kumar Jaswal, Anumala Sai Narsimha Reddy, Bandi Roslin Tejaswini, Bonath Sunil Nayak, Chandramouli S, Delali Vidya, Koteder Santoshini, Gatikapu Saga Sai Naga Udayagiri, Koripatti Sivaram, Guntamukkala Nagasai Santoshi, Korada Jashwant Kumar, Kadali Surya, Kankanala Meghana, Komaragiri Sai Deepak, Komineni Bharadwaj, Kukkala Srija, Mada Premchand, Mamidipaka Venkatesh, Mandava Sri Ramagopal, Monday Most Johnson, Marka Vikas, Mulangi Niharika Chaudhary, Narrakanti Vardhan Reddy, Nimisha Kavi Sam Sundar, Fatima Dheeraj, Perala Manikanta, Parikala Jayasruti Raj, Pradeep Dhaka, Purasala Dharma Teja Panindra Sujit, Ranga Sai Sravan, Reddy Nikita, Salagala Ratnan Steven, Sridhar Ratty, Tota Bhuvaneshwar, Tota Tulasi Sai Lakshmi, Vardineni Jai Krishna Hemant,
Sir, I present to you the candidates who have successfully completed the prescribed courses of study and have been found fit for the award of the degree of Bachelor of Technology in Electronics and Communication Engineering, and I pray that they and the others in absentia be admitted. I request the Director to please present the degrees for the 2020 and 2021 graduates. 2020 graduates are A. Aishwarya, Angot Raviteja, Anumala Suman, Banam Jabali Priyamvada, Bhavyashri Barigala, బొక్కా జ్ఞాపిక ఐశ్వర్య, చుండూరు శ్రవంతి, డి వెంకట సాయి జోష్న, దేరావత్ యోగేశ్వర్ నాయక్, దొండపాటి రాహుల్, ద్వారసాల శ్రీ విద్య, గడుసు దీపిక, గడ్డమణుగు హర్షిత, గుడ ఆదిత్య, హేచర్ల అవినాష్, జాగారప సుష్మా, జాగర్లముడి శ్రీలేఖ, జంపన మంచునాథ్ రెడ్డి, జానపాటి సింధుశ్రీ, జానపరెడ్డి జ్యోతి, జారత్ అమూల్య, జితేంద్రేశ్వరరావు కోలేటి, కడగాల లోకేష్ సాయివర్ధన్, కందిరేగుల సుమంత్, కర్ణాసుల కృష్ణప్రియ, కర్రి మనోజ్ కుమార్ రెడ్డి, కోటం శ్రీజ, కొల్లపర్తి గోపీశ్రీ హర్ష, మానస తాళ్ళూరు, మనుబోలు తేజస్విని, మచ్చ నాగగాయత్రి, మట్టా నీలిమ, మేకా ఆలయారెడ్డి, ఒమ్మి వినీతా స్పందన, పాలపర్తి శ్రీలక్ష్మి, పులగం రాహుల్ కార్తిక్, రేగేటి వెంకట సాయి నివాస్ కుమార్, రేపాల అఖిల్, సముద్రాల శ్రీవాణి, శ్వేతా ప్రహర్ష గంప, తలకాయల భవ్య మేఘన, తాళ్ళ వైష్ణవి, ఉప్పు పవన్ కుమార్, వాడే మౌనిక, వర్షా స్వస్తిక్, ఒట్టికల ప్రేమచందు, వట్టిమూలి కనకమాధవి, వల్లాడం సతీష్, ఉటుకూరి వెంకటేష్, ఎద్దు ప్రణీత్ కుమార్, ఎద్దుల చరణ్ కుమార్ రెడ్డి, 2021 graduates are Adari Priyanka Pravalika, ఆకుల రేవంత్, అలజంగి సోనియా, ఆత్మకూరి లక్ష్మీ నీషా, ఆవుతు సాయి ధనుష్క, బండారు హరిత, బండారు వెంకట సాయి వర్ధన్, బి అనుష, బిరుడా సందీప్ కుమార్, చింతపండు సాయి తరుణ్, చిట్టిరెడ్డి చేతన్ రెడ్డి, దేవినేని లోహిత్ మాలకొండయ్య చౌదరి, గుడివాడ హనుమాన నాగసాయి శ్రీనివాస్, గుంటూరు వెంకట సాయి శివాని, నితిన్ గురురాజ్, కాగిత సాయి విఘ్నేష్ కుమార్, కొడవటి వంశీకృష్ణ, కొల్లపూడి లలిత, కొత్తూరు సాయి సంకేత్, మద్దుల రవి సాయి ప్రకాష్, మందలపు వెంకట సాయి అరవింద్, ముమ్మన సాయి దిలీప్, నాగండ్ల అమిత్ ప్రేమ్, నవలూరి సాయి శ్రీకర్, పామర్తి నాగసాయి మేఘన, పాపోలు వసంతి, పెండెం ముకుల్ సాయి, రొయ్యల తేజస్వి, సంజీవ్ కుమార్ తలమల, శరత్ చంద్ర పాలూరు, సిద్ధనాది కార్తిక్, స్నేహ వీరబాతిని, తాళ్లముడి సాయి అనురాగ్, తాటిపోయిన సింధూర, తోట వెంకట సీతారామ్మోహన్, వాద్య రాజ్ కుమార్, వైష్ణవి ఆర్ కులకర్ణి, వెన్నపోస వెంకట అనిల్ కుమార్ రెడ్డి, ఉయ్యూరి లక్ష్మీ సమీర, యాళ్ల సౌమ్య, ఎల్లబండి విజయ పరశురాం, ఈడి వెంకట సౌరవ్,
Sir, I present to you the candidates who have successfully completed the prescribed courses of study and have been found fit for the award of the degree of Bachelor of Technology in Mechanical Engineering. And I pray that they and others in absentia be admitted. I request the director to present the degrees for the 2020 and 21 graduates, please. The 2020 graduates are Adabala Satheesh Krishna, Basava Patroni Jashwant, Bejam Pranav Kumar Reddy, B. Gnananjali, Jammalaparapu Pavan Kumar, K. Jayant Rochan, Curry Satyaspandan Reddy, Kativarapu Sham Akshay Deep Bunny, Kintali Santosh, Komaravalli Akhilesh, Malambakam Sri Sai Kiran, M. Lokesh, Naduri Bhaskar Ram Kaushik, Pentakota Shri Surya Shivasai, Billy Yashwant, Pinjala Ramesh Babu, Ruhi Sultana, Salagala Sushant Joel, and V. Karthik Reddy. Next, 2021 graduates are Channa Saket, Avari Rakesh, Burnham Harinagendra Pavan, D. Sharath, Gokurnakonda Vishwanatha Shivacharan, Gumpa Srinivasa Kesari, Guguloto Nikhil Nayak, K. Raja James Paul, KVSK Srinivasa Raman, Katragadda Raghavendra, Kavala Vinay Kumar, Kola Vinit Gaud, Kumaranaga Srinivasulu Reddy, P. Gautam, Pinupal Sai Praneeth, Piyush Todwal, Pargada Sai Ganesh, Pargada Vyasa Kumar, R. Harsha Sai, Sudha Harsha Sai, Simala Bhanu Prakash, Sevakula Amrut,
Sir, I present you the candidates who have successfully completed the prescribed courses of study and have been found fit for the award of the degree of Bachelor of Technology in Metallurgical and Materials Engineering, and I pray that they and others in absentia be admitted. I request the director to please present the degrees for the 2020 and 2021 graduates. 2020 graduates, Amartaluri Manognya Prezi. Kamaku Venkata Tejas, Kotagiri Nihar, Mangalampalli Sai Kiran, Marni Rama Satya Praveen. Nelli Meghana, (2020) graduates, Lauri Akhil Nayak, Anjuri Sai Monica, Banotu Hussain, Boya Shivakumar, Chandanapalli Dindishwara Kumar,
Goodavalli Revan Sai Krishna, Masa Abhinash, Nanduri Krishna Sai Aditya, Netal Yashwant, Raja Rama Venkata Sai Pavan, Sasu Billi Tulasi Ram, Tanigidapa Swarup Kumar, Swarup, Vennapusa Ramya. Thank you, sir.
I request all the students to stand at respective position. Please. I request the director to please charge the graduates with the degrees.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me as director of this institute, I admit the candidates presented to me and others in absentia to the degrees of Bachelor of Technology and charge them to be worthy of the same.
I request the graduates to be please seated. I request Mr. V. Karthik Reddy, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Institute topper for the year 2020 for exhortation ceremony of the degree holders. I request all degree recipients to stand up for taking the pledge. Graduates are also requested to stretch their right arm straight and repeat the pledge read out by the institute topper.
We, the graduates of the National Institute of Technology, Andhra Pradesh, hereby pledge that we shall always endeavor to be scrupulously honest in the discharge of our duties as engineers and scientists, that we shall always endeavor to utilize our knowledge of science and technology for the service of our country and the glory of our institute, that in all circumstances we shall try to uphold the dignity of the individual and the integrity of the profession, that we shall in thought, word and deed guard against all narrow loyalties and sectarian prejudices, and shall devote all our energy to promote the unity, integrity and secular fabric of our country.
I request all the graduates to take your seats. May I now request Ms. Mrudula Ramesh, Chairperson, NIT Andhra Pradesh, to declare the close of second and third joint convocation.
I declare the second and third convocation closed. Thank you.
now request the Director of NIT Andhra Pradesh, Professor CSP Rao, to present memento and felicitate the guest of honor. May I now request the Director of NIT Andhra Pradesh, Professor CSP Rao, to present memento and felicitate Chairperson.
The necessity of cohesive working environment between institute, research organizations, and industry to bring out more startup ideas from the young minds. We are all inspired by your gracious presence, sir. I would like to take this opportunity to express our hearty thanks to the guest of honor, Dr. Dasharath Yadav, for his presence. We thank you, sir, for inspiring the graduates to make use of various initiatives brought in by the Government of India and to lend their services in making India a self-reliant nation. We are extremely thankful to our respected chairperson, BOG, Ms. Mridula Ramesh, who graced us with her physical presence. Thank you, madam, for sharing with us your words of wisdom and motivating the graduates to be ready for the periodical changes in their life, which are more accelerated compared to older times. Dear graduates, as correctly quoted by our chairperson, it is your Atma Jnana that takes you towards your Atma Nirbhara. We have been fortunate to be guided by our beloved director, Professor CSP Rao. Sir, you have been a constant support, and as always, you have given us a lot of encouragement and guidance in successful conduction of both second and third convocation. Thank you, sir. I also extend my thanks to all the board members, senators, Minister of Education for their unstinting support and guidance in all respects of the institution from time to time. NIT Andhra Pradesh will always be grateful to you. I take this opportunity to extend our sincere thanks to all our guest invitees who have joined this program from various parts of the country as well as locally from Tadepalligudem, and also for their contributions to the institute as and when required. I also wish our deep sense of appreciation to Sri Balasubramaniam, Secretary to Chairman DRDO, for his support in planning the logistics pertaining to the chief guest. I would also like to express our sincere thanks to the media persons, both print and electronic, for giving an excellent coverage to the convocation. An event like this cannot happen overnight. The wheels start rolling months ago. It requires planning and a bird's eye for details. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very proactive and dedicated staff of our institution. I fall short of words to express my gratitude to the Dean Academic Affairs, Dr. T. Kurmaya, and his team members, Dr. Nagesh Bhattu, Dr. Ramudu, Dr. Tapas Varamanik, Mr. Manikanta, and other staff. I also thank Estate Department of NIT Andhra Pradesh for their involvement and their willingness to take on the completion of tasks beyond their comfort zones. I thank each and every faculty member and non-teaching staff of the Convocation Coordination Committee for their relentless support and meticulous execution of works in making this event successful. I also thank all the employees of NIT Andhra Pradesh for their direct or indirect support in organization of this event. Last but not least, I thank all the graduating students, the torchbearers of this young institute, for their unconditional love and affection towards their institute and for being present here physically despite the pandemic situation. The institute will look forward to your continuous support in future. I once again thank everyone for making this program very successful.
May I request all the dignitaries on the dais and members of faculty, staff, and all the graduates present in the auditorium to rise for the national anthem.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्जल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे